Peace and love, peace and love, peace and love, royal family. I woke up today with Israel, like literally, like immediately out my sleep. Israel was on my mind. And I felt like I was being instructed to say a message, say a piece. And I have a lot of personal thoughts and stuff, but I don't want to give personal opinions. I don't want that to be the basis of my message. So I actually pulled some oracle cards in order to get a message going. And well, actually, I pulled some oracle cards for myself to kind of get an idea of where my focus was being guided towards. And the cards that came out, it didn't feel like it was for me. It wasn't a message that felt like it was for me. So it feels like it was for the collective, and in response to me asking the divine what message was for me to give today. So we will hop into this message. So I have two decks that I pulled from Shamanic Healing and Healing Energy Oracle. And so the first card that came out was Anger. And number 28, which reduces to 30, which reduces to 3, which is interesting because that's my life path number, and 3 has been following me everywhere since I moved out here. And I know I keep saying out here and all that stuff. It's because if you know where I'm at, you know where I'm at. If you don't, you're not meant to. I am in a stage of protecting my energy because I'm moving into a higher calling. And, evil eye is real, jealousy is real, hate is real, so protecting myself and not telling everybody where I am, starting to become more, that's off topic. That has nothing to do with y'all, so that doesn't matter. So the first card was Anger, and it took a while. So Anger was the first card, Creativity was the second card, number 39, which reduces to 12, which reduces to 3. Wow. And then Self-Love was the third card, number 41, reduces to 5, which is the number of change. 3 is the number of, divinity, the Holy Trinity, and amongst other things, Mother, Father, Son. So, and it really took, I still thought that this message was for me specifically originally until I pulled the 2 cards from my Healing Energy Oracle deck, because really after all 5 of these cards came out, that was like, okay, this is the message that I'm meant to share today. Because Divine Light came out first, and then the Path to Light came out last. And that Path to Light um, that is our outcome, that is, what we are aiming towards. We are in a very tumultuous, very intense, very heavy, very painful times. For some people, very scary times. And the first message that I want to give is that, for one, there is a purpose to everything. Everything happens for a reason. And there is even some prophecy that lies within current events. Israel is not the only place in pain. I mean, everybody's in pain, but Israel is not the only war going on. There's many wars going on around the world. And, we don't talk about Ukraine anymore. And rarely do I ever hear anybody talk about Congo. And that Congo has been going on at least since like 1998. And even before that, there has always been colonizers in the land, destroying the people, destroying the homes, destroying the families, and for the value of the land, for the minerals that are in the land. So, for people who are religious and or believe in the Bible and all those things, a lot of these events can be displayed in a lot of scripture. And I was doing a little research because I'm not a Bible thumper or anything like that to where I can just like pull some scriptures out, but that's not my gift, my channel. So I was doing a little research, and this particular scripture that came up spoke to me in terms of the message of all these wars. And I'm gonna tell you right now, World War III, we're in that. And it's very spiritual. It's not just about land, it's not just about people, it's not just about, the powers or the, people in control, because they're not in power, they're in control. We have the power. But yeah, so Revelation 6:8. And I looked, and behold, a pale horse, and his name that sat on him was Death, and hell followed with him. And power was given unto them over the fourth part of the world, to kill with sword, and with hunger, and with death, and with the beasts of the earth. Now, usually I am one, you should read before and after scriptures to get the full picture, but I don't want this whole video to be about scripture. So you can do your due diligence, but this stuck out to me. For one, a pale horse. There's a book. I have the PDF for it, and it's called Behold a Pale White Horse, or Behold a Pale Horse, one of those versions. And basically the book, I haven't dove super into it, but I've read like the first chapter or so, which is pretty lengthy. It's a lengthy book. And the message of the book, the information in the book is like describing how those in control gain control over us, the methods that they use, the tactics, all of those things. And I just want to, make sure I'm not speaking out of ego. I want to make sure I'm giving the message that is meant to come forth through me as a channel. So yes. And then the second sentence in that verse, it says they were given power. And you can look at that two ways. One option is they were given power, divine power, potentially. This is just me breaking it down for potential meanings. Because like I said, I'm here to make you guys think. I'm not here to think for you or to give you answers. At least that's my intentions. So one option of being given power is being given divine power, given power by the divine. When it comes to prophecy, things happen for a reason. And the Bible tells you, straight up, a lot of the things that are going to happen, supposed to happen, have happened. And so they were given permission by the divine to be in control, to bring forth death for a specific reason. And, not knowing scripture right now, but, the story of like, the Israelites and them losing their land because they gave up their power, because they were disobedient to the divine. They forgot their power. They forgot their place. And, karma is a real thing. And it comes in the form of both good and evil. And so, we like to point the finger at evil and people who have ill intentions and those in control who mishandle their power, mishandle their influence. And, but we don't look at ourselves. We don't look at, because we're not hopeless. We're not powerless. We're not minorities. Like, we very much have the ability and the power and the divine guidance to be powerful, to be, to live the lives that we were meant to live. And so like, that's kind of like the second perspective of giving power to this pale horse and to Hades and to death. We gave our power up. We were disobedient in how we are supposed to live life, how we are supposed to express ourselves. We gave up our power and our control. And so what's happening right now, not only these wars, not only, climate change, like these things happen. Karma is a expression of keeping things in balance. If for people who know physics, energy is never created nor destroyed, only transmuted. And, every action has a reaction. So nothing happens in a vacuum. Nothing happens in isolation. Everything happens in relation to something else happening or not happening. So when we're looking at all the chaos in the world, which chaos is needed, destruction is needed, death is needed to bring about rebirth, to bring about creation. It's a whole cycle. When you look at the natural cycles, when you look at the moon, there's a new moon, there's a full moon. When you look at the seasons, there's summer and there's winter. there's always balance. There's always what looks like death. And really death is really a facade, because nothing really dies. Like I said, energy is never created nor destroyed, only transmuted. Science tells us that. You don't have to be spiritual, you don't have to be religious to look at that, to believe that, to trust that. So death, but also rebirth. It depends on how you want to look at them. But they're hand in hand, they're a partnership. They are divine counterparts. And so one message that I want to give specifically is like, don't allow the broadcasting and the propaganda of messaging to manipulate and control your emotions, your beliefs, your thoughts, your perspective. The news is fake. The news is one-sided. History is fake. History is one-sided. It's never the full story. There's always a deeper truth, always a deeper message, always a deeper purpose. And when you look at anything that's propagandized, and it's to distract us from what we have control over. Like, yes, we can send love, we can send peace and intentions and healing energy to those who are suffering. I pray that those who are called to transmute their life into another energy through the form of death, I pray that they have a quick and painless death. You have to be aware of what we have control over, what we have power over, and some things we don't have power and control over. We don't know the purpose of those people who are losing their life. Not losing, because that's also a propaganda of messaging. Those who are cycling through their current lifetime, we don't know what their purpose is. We don't know what their life's journey is. We don't know the spiritual purpose behind the scenes. So, and I don't say this, to be heartless. Like, I am empathic. I can feel any and everything. Like, I can feel global pain. I can feel things from that have nothing to do with me, things that aren't even around me. I can feel it all. But in my gift of being an empath and being a highly sensitive person, I also have to be aware that it's not my job, it's not my purpose, and I do myself a disservice of getting sucked into other people's pain. We can hold space, we can be empathic and compassionate without being manipulated and overtaken by all of that energy, all of that suffering, all of that pain. So, faith is just so important. Faith in a higher power, faith in a higher purpose, in a higher calling. These past few years have been crazy, and it can get dark, and we can get hopeless. And then what? Now you're depressed and not living in your purpose because you're getting sucked into other people's manipulation or other people's life paths. We are all brothers and sisters. So it is completely fair to feel for each other. I hope that you feel for each other. But balance. Everything needs to be done in balance. And it's like kind of this picture in this creativity card. You know, this cup has to be full in order to overflow. You have to love self. I know it's probably backwards or whatever, maybe, potentially, but self-love first. The anger is okay. Anger is anger is a part of life. Anger is an emotion. Every emotion is okay to feel through. Energies in motion, emotion. So feeling hurt, feeling, sad, feeling pain, even potentially feeling guilt, is okay. But it's what you do with those emotions. Don't just sit in those emotions and become hopeless. And now you're not living in the way that you're supposed to, being disobedient in your own life path, because all these messaging of negativity and heavy, painful energy is distracting you and manipulating your energy. That's the purpose. The people in control, that's what they want. There's a certain intention behind the messaging, like news stations and whatever other, we have so many forms of news nowadays, social media pages and all that stuff. Like, their only purpose, majority of them, is views, is to collect your energy for their own profit, for their own gain. They're not, like, yeah, there's some people out here who are selfless and want to keep you informed, or but majority of them, they're only telling one side of the story. They're telling the most popularized, the thing that they know is going to get everybody's attention, because they need the views, they need the energy to fuel their systems. So emotions are okay. It's what you do with those emotions, and we don't have control over these wars. People, we have influence in certain ways, and it's important for us to know how we can use our power and influence. For one, make these people's pockets hurt, because all these wars is for money, is for profit, is for control. And people who are stuck buying the newest iPhone are feeding into the war in Congo, because the minerals that are coming out of the ground, that they're killing people for, that they're displacing families for, those minerals are used for your technology. And technology is a tool. I'm not saying, technology is bad. I'm using a laptop right now. I have an iPhone. I have 2 phones. But I'm using them as the tool to live out my purpose, to put these messages out there in any other, ways that I'm supposed to use these tools as well. Everything is always, the importance of everything that we do is intention. When you move into the new earth in 5D consciousness, you shed duality. A simple behavior, that's another story. I was just told not to share that. Yes, be aware of what you have power and control over. We may not have power and control. We may not have control over stopping, like directly stopping these wars, but we have control over the systems that we feed into. You know, it's like when everybody was like, you know, oh, stop shopping with Shein. You know, they behind the scenes they're into child labor, and you know, and all that stuff, and like, you know, quick you know, producing quick cheap clothes, and you know, like, you know, just knowing what you're feeding your energy into. That is what you have power and control over. That is how you influence the bigger picture, because what happens in the macrocosm is mirrored from the microcosm, you know, as within, so without. So that's when this self-love comes into play, because people want to, you know, cry and post and stuff like that about the grander scheme, but do you cry and go within about what you need, about how you can be a better person, about how you can be intentional about where you invest your focus, pay what you pay attention to? Everything is energy. Everything is cyclical and integrative. Nothing that you do goes without influencing something. So, and it's tough to really, you know, like there are people in this world whose purpose is to assist people in certain ways. To, you know, there are people who have the power to influence these wars. Like, you have to know what your purpose is. Know your purpose and ignore everything else. Because as long as you're living in your purpose, that energy that you put into your purpose is influencing something. Even if you don't see it yet, even if you don't know what it is, what it's influencing something. It's creating something, creating love, positive energy, creating peace in one way, shape, or form. So one thing that's like a downside to globalization, like, it's great that we're able to connect with people across the world. It's great that we can travel and experience and revere cultures and traditions and ways of life that we wouldn't have been able to experience, you know, some time ago through the creation of airplanes and you know, the internet and social media and things like that. They're tools. The intention behind those things is, you know, makes them and not even like good and evil, but it makes it productive or ill intended. You know, the intention is always the root, the foundation behind everything. Because what we also don't realize is, like, globalization also has its downfalls. You know, all the gasoline that goes into bringing tropical fruits to the States harms the environment. It also loses a lot of nutritional value. But that's, you know, not to get too off track. Pay attention to your purpose. Tune into your purpose in order to help this world. That's all you can do, is what you have power in control over. So, yeah, to read this Divine Light Healing Oracle card, I am an expression of love, and I shine like the sun. My inner light is my strength and my treasure. My intuition guides me to discover the wonder and goodness of who I am. You know, regardless of what and whom you believe in, we are meant to be lights in this world in one way, shape, or another. Everybody's expression is different than the next. Everybody's purpose is different than the next person's. But at the base of it, we are meant to be divine lights. How can you be a divine light in your life that can eventually influence the collective, your community, your state, your country, your nation, your heritage, your bloodline, the world? How can you be a divine light in your life? Not looking to everybody else and how they will fix it, what they should be doing, what the government should be doing. We are, if you still trust the government, I feel bad. Like, for centuries, for generations, time and time again, these people in control have showed us we cannot trust them. These systems have showed us that even when people go into them with the best intentions, it is not a space that's meant for them to do what they want to do with the best intentions. These systems are not working, so why are we still trying to rely on these systems to fix our problems? We need to rely on ourselves. We need to be people oriented, because the thing with that is that we keep putting our expectations on religion, on systems and governments and all that, on they, and it takes the responsibility off of us. That's the beautiful thing of what we call spirituality, which spirit really just means breath. But that's the beauty of spirituality, is that it puts the power back in your own hand. It gives you your direct channel with the divine versus putting a third person in the middle of having to rely on a pastor or a teacher or somebody else to give you that connection. So how can you express yourself to live out your purpose? Because everybody's purpose is like a puzzle piece, and the big puzzle is peace and love on earth, and your puzzle piece adds to that picture that we want to live in on this earth. I was just visited by a bird. I don't know the name of this bird, but it's a new bird that I've never seen back at home. And it's just sitting outside of my window right now. And thank you, Spirit, for that confirmation. It's a black and white bird. And it just flew off. Okay. So this just told me not to focus on it. It was just a confirmation. Yeah. But how can you shine your divine light? Because your divine light is a piece to the puzzle. And without you living in your purpose, the puzzle is incomplete. And Let your intuition guide you. You know, like the card says, your inner light is your strength and your treasure. Shine your inner light in the way that you're supposed to, you know, live in your purpose. And then the last oracle card, the path to light. And so I feel like that is let's read it first. Okay. I make the conscious choice to move toward the light, one step at a time. I transform my weaknesses into strengths by mastering my thoughts, mastering your energy, mastering what you give your focus to, mastering what you think, mastering what you believe, mastering how you see the world, your perspective. That's how you transform. I overcome obstacles with positivity and acceptance. I develop my gifts and extend my light to every being unconditionally. That goes like I hate that these messages be having to be so long because I love it because this is how it's supposed to be. And if people don't have the attention span, the patience, the desire to watch a 40 plus, 30 plus minute video, then, you're not aligned with this message. You're not aligned with my journey and the message that I'm supposed to be giving. So let me release those expectations. Not everybody is meant to be here. So yeah, like self-love, creativity. You have the power to create. You were made in the image of God. We are all made from the same source energy. And when it says the kingdom of heaven is within, it's not out there. It's not up there. It's within. It's within what you create. And you start with yourself so that you may overflow to those around you, and then they overflow to those around you. Each one teach one. Self-love. And how do you love yourself? You love yourself by allowing yourself to live in your purpose, to live out your gifts, to embrace your gifts. You love yourself by giving yourself what you need, the healing that you need, the relationships that you need, the thoughts and the perspective that you need, because it's not good to live in fear, to live in hate, to live in hopelessness. That's not loving yourself. Constantly watching the news and feeling hopeless, that is you actively not loving yourself. That is you actively choosing violence on yourself, putting yourself through turmoil. You have the power and control of what you feed your energy into, your focus, your thoughts. What does it say? I transform my weaknesses into strengths by mastering my thoughts. You transform the weaknesses into strengths of the world, the weaknesses of the world into strength by mastering your thoughts. As within, so without. The life that you create for yourself is the life that you will create around you, and the life that you create around you will influence the life even further. We're all a puzzle piece. Develop your gifts and extend your light to every being unconditionally. Even to those who don't believe the same thing that you believe. Extend your light even to those who may express themselves in ways that you don't agree with. Because like even unfortunately, or challengingly, even to those who are filled with hate and anger and power hungry and greedy, you still have to extend your light to them as well. It doesn't mean that you have to agree with what they're doing. It doesn't mean that you have to support what they're doing. It just means the forgiveness and the love, and just to know that they've lost their way and that some of them never had their way. I definitely think that there's extraterrestrial beings in the suit of a human who just don't abide by the same compassion and love that we live by. Excuse me. But when you hold hate and disdain for people who are destructive, you're still creating hate in the world. Energy is real. So the energy that you have within yourself, it influences and touches so many things. Energy does not work on the same material and human laws. So just because you may keep your hateful thoughts and energy and feelings to yourself, it doesn't mean that you're not creating that hate is not influencing something outside of yourself, outside of your life. So trust and believe these people in these wars, like, they're living in their purpose. That's the funny thing when we really think about it. These people in government who are shady and inconsiderate, these people who are profiting off of these wars, profiting off of humans, innocent people, they're living in their purpose. That's the crazy thing. They're doing exactly what they're supposed to be doing. Why aren't you? And all that you're doing by not living in your purpose is fueling their purpose. There will always be darkness. There will always be the shadow side. Balance, light and darkness. Darkness does not always mean evil, but all those things, at least in this reality, this 3D reality, those things are a part of our reality. You need both to balance each other. You also need both to remind you of the other, like, you won't be able to fully appreciate the good times in its fullness unless you go through some hurtful times. So those people fueling these wars and extending hate and all this propaganda are doing exactly what they're supposed to be doing. You can divide the world's population in 3 general categories. And so there's the people of the darker energies. There's people who are filled with hate and greed and disdain and all those things. There's people who are love and compassionate and then there's people who are on the fence. Those people and these 2 groups of people, they're not changing. The people who know who they are, who are living in their purpose, they're going to stay in their purpose. They're going to stay in those energies and those expressions. It's the people in the middle who are lost and confused and feeling hopeless and feeling powerless. Those are the people that we need to focus our energies on, to make sure they don't add to the hate. And you may be one of those people on the fence, not living in your purpose, not living in your gifts, not spreading love in the way that you should be. You guys are the ones that I make videos for. I'm doing my part. That's why I'm Gucci over here. Like, I don't watch the news. I'm taking a break from social media. Like, the only messaging I get is from the divine. I mean, yeah, like, the people around me, but even them, like, I know how to separate my energy from them. Even if they start to influence me, I know how to separate my energy from them. But I have a direct channel with the divine, living in my purpose, living in the beauty of life, in alignment with nature. I'm living a very abundant life. My greatest issue right now is attracting those like-minded people to grow community with. That's my only issue in life right now. I'm not depressed. I'm not sad. I'm not overwhelmed. I'm not, whatever other feelings. Like, I'm happy. I'm Gucci. I'm grateful. So full of greatness and gracefulness and grace. I'm grateful. I'm in a beautiful part of my life. I'm embracing my gifts, developing my gifts, developing my relationship with the divine so that I can be guided, because this life is not mine. I'm just a channel. I'm just a face, so that I can transform my weaknesses into strengths by mastering my thoughts. I move toward the light one step at a time. I'm making the conscious choice to walk in light. So let's see. Is there any other message for the collective? What else do we need to hear about the current times right now? I'll do 3 shuffles, 2 more. What other message do you have for us for our current times? Hold on. One more shuffle. What other message do you have for us? For the collective energy in the current times that we are in. Y'all can't make this shit up. Y'all cannot make this shit up. Divination is real. And thank you for allowing me to be a channel to interpret these messages and bring this message to the collective, to whoever this video is meant to find. We have new day, 11. 11 is a master number. We all know 1111 and all that stuff. We're also in the 11th. Really, we're in the 9th month, because November is 9. Like, but that's a conversation for another day. But November is the 11th month. New day. November Scorpio season right now. Because my birthday is in about a week and a half, we are the masters of death and rebirth. We are the masters of transformation. We are the masters of diving into the dark like a phoenix and coming out anew. And we have that power. The thing is, we all have all zodiac signs within us. We just, how they show up in our chart is just how we're meant to navigate the energies of each sign. What comes easy and what it comes as a lesson to amplify and to develop. So it's a new day. A new day is near. 5D consciousness, the new earth is near. A new reality is near. The apocalypse is not what we've been taught it is. The apocalypse means an unveiling of the truth. An unveiling of everything that has been hidden for so long. The new earth is here, and unfortunately, all of us won't be able to go. Some of us will be stuck in hell on earth. Some of us will be stuck in this low vibrational expression of earth. Some of us, through creating self-love, some of us will be able and allowed into the new earth, into the new day. You see the sun on the horizon? The dragonfly? I can't remember the symbolism of a dragonfly, but it's powerful symbolism. Look it up yourself. Don't make me do all the work for you. And that's another thing. Stop relying on everybody else to give you information. Do the work yourself. Do the research yourself. Dive into your own spirit, your own breath. Spirit is breath. Dive into your own spirit, your own soul, and connect directly with the divine. Don't rely on a pastor or a teacher or a mentor or social media influencers or the government. Don't rely on everybody else to do the work for you, to give you your information, to give you your perspective. Create your own perspective. Don't rely on me to always give you the messages. Anywho, new day. Perception. And you see that yin and yang? That balance? What did I say? Three leaves, 3 petals or whatever. I told you. Trinity, divinity. Light and dark. Perception. You get to choose how you look at things. You get to choose at, what you believe and how you choose to move forward. It's kind of warm in here. Turn my space heater down. 9, which breaks into 3 threes. This is a spiritual war right now. It's so much more than what meets eye. Even shit that I don't even know and understand. It's so much more under the surface. Always. Always. Especially when you start really diving into truths and you realize that they took the truth and just altered it a little bit. So like it kind of resonates and you get confused if you don't have discernment. Like there's always something deeper under the surface of what's going on. Dive into your perception. Honor your energy. 15 breaks down to 6. Honor your energy. Honor your gifts. Honor how you want to feel. You honor that by your perception. By what you allow into your energetic field. What you watch, what you listen to, the people that you're around. Love yourself by honoring your energy, honoring your gifts, honoring your purpose. I'm gonna do more oracle. And then on the underside is retreat. Take a break from the news. Take a break from social media. Take a break from other people's perspectives. Past, present, future, and grounding. These were all on the bottom side of the deck. Go into nature. Go into nature. The divine is in nature. Connect with the divine through nature. Nature is the most purest expression of the divine. It's not tainted. All the animals, all the insects, all the trees, and the birds, and the grass, and the dirt, and everything in nature is the purest form of divinity. There's no ego in nature. There's no self-righteousness in nature. Everybody is living in their purpose in nature. Everything has its, like, there's animals that prey, and there's animals that predate. Predate. There's predators and there's prey. That goes to that black and white. Everybody. So many people, most beings, most things on this earth is living in their purpose. Are you? What are you doing to live in your purpose? What are you doing to express your gifts? Past, present, future. All looking in. One looking left, two birds looking right. There's that 3 again. 3 leaves, 3 birds. Past, present, future. There's also a Trinity symbolism. Yeah, the past has been shitty. Yeah, the present may be a little shitty. But you can create your future. Retreat. There's a lot of birds. And I told y'all there was that bird that visited me. So that's 3 birds on this card. Retreat has a bird. Retreat in nature. Retreat in nature. Retreat in nature. Retreat in nature. Go. Shit. Everybody want to travel and stuff. How about you travel into nature instead of traveling to go drink and party? Yes, and that's a bit of shade. And it's nighttime too in this card. And there's purple. Purple is the crown chakra. There's also purple in grounding. Like I said, crown chakra, that is our channel to the divinity. Go retreat. Go talk to your ancestors. Go talk to your spirit guides, your angels, whatever you believe in. Go talk to your God. Tap in with that crown chakra. This card also has nighttime. Retreat. Go into darkness. Go into hermit mode. Darkness isn't always bad. We need the dark. We need winter for balance. It can't always be sunshine and rainbows. It's a lot of 3s. 36. And grounding. And I love this card. This has been coming up a lot for me. I've been grounding because the energies have been heavy lately. And I promise you, nature, grounding within your own body through movement, through dance, through whatever expression that you like, it's warm. Well, not the past couple days, but it's still warm enough here for me to walk barefoot, I go sit by the water. I go to the hot springs and did a couple cold plunges in the Rio Grande. Water is cleansing. Go wash yourself in nature, in natural water, living water. And I love that the roots are shown here, especially right now with it slowly moving into winter. The symbolism has been going on of, you know, the trees pull their energy. It looks like death. That's the thing. Death is a it depends on, you know, how you want to look at it. It looks like the trees are dying. It looks like the leaves are dying. But really the trees are pulling their energy from outside, from their branches, and redistributing it, transforming it into their roots, into their foundation within. They're going within, they're hibernating, they're in hermit mode. And those leaves may look like they're dying, but they fall to the ground and they add nutrients back into the earth. So everything that the tree had, you reap what you sow. The leaves, the energy, the nutrients that were placed in the leaves is now transforming and adding nutrients back into the soil, so the soil can fuel the roots, the foundation, to make the tree strong again for the next season. Nature has all your answers. Look at natural cycles. That's what I've been called to do. I've been watching the moon, I've been watching the trees and the rest of nature and how they govern themselves. Because as within, so without, as above, so beneath, everything is freaking connected. Everything is a mirror of each other. We are not separate. We are nature. It's just that man, government systems, has disconnected us, so we don't know ourselves. We don't know our divinity. We don't know our natural beings. Go retreat. Go retreat. Go into nature, some way, shape, or form. I know it's hard because, like, you know, back when I was in Michigan, there's, you know, and especially when it's cold, go bundle up. Shit, it ain't that cold. You'll be all right. You'll be all right. You ain't gonna get frostbitten or nothing. You ain't gonna die. Are there any other messages from the Healing Energy Oracle? Joy. Are there any other messages? Goodness. You can't make this shit up. Like, I know the first few cards I pulled off camera, but I'm pulling this shit right now in front of you. So, like, and seeing how they all connect. All these messages. I love divination. No, it's not witchcraft. No, it's not. The voice of the heart. One more shuffle. Is there any other messages that we need to hear today? It's my longest video ever. No, it's not. I did a video this long before for the men's sexual concerns. It was like an hour plus long, but that was a live video. The divine fruit is on the bottom. So we'll visit that in a second. So I got 4 cards. Joy, goodness, the voice of the heart, and creation. Creativity. Like I said, you can't make this shit up. You can't make this shit up. Okay, joy. Like a child, I discover joy in the simplicity of life. Happiness lies in magical moments, not in the material. What I say? Stop giving your energy to the material. Trying to buy the new iPhone, trying to buy the new clothes, trying to go to the new club, all this liquor. Like, even the smallest joy is a great source of light. Be present. You know, it is a lot of darkness out here. It is. We are in dark times because we need the darkness before the light. We need the death before the rebirth to transform, as Scorpio teaches us. Pay attention to the little wins. You know, for people who are like following my Instagram when I first came out here, and you know, I'm just showing all the abundance. You know, yeah, it's hella apples and stuff on the ground and it's easy, you know, whatever, but it's like look at how abundance, look at how joy and beauty and blessings show up in your life, even when it seems mundane and little and insignificant. You know, there's so many things I've been experiencing, and I've just had to take the time to just be like, make sure you're grateful, you show gratitude for this. It seems simple, but everything happens for a reason. You know, so look at the little things. Be a child. Regress back to your childlikeness. That's another thing I've been doing. Discover joy in the simplicity of life. That's how you love yourself. Your perception of life. Create. You are a being of creation. You are divinity. You are the master of your fate. Goodness. I overcome my imperfections, polish my character, and feed on the positive. Thus, I free myself. Allow my goodness to manifest and become a source of joy. Joy. Allow my goodness, allow my gifts, allow my purpose to become a source of joy. Through gentleness, I offer unconditional support, understanding, and love to myself and others. What was on there? I develop my gifts and extend my light to every being unconditionally. The path of life is through goodness. It's through joy. It's through the simplicity. You create and honor your energy by paying attention to those little things, by overcoming and polishing your character, polishing your gifts, polishing your purpose. Feed on the positive. You don't have to pay attention to the negative. You don't have to. Shit's gonna happen, whether you pay attention to it or not. Certain things are out of our control. Pay attention to what you do have control, and that is you. You and your gifts. The voice of the heart. I silence the fear in me and discover the voice of my heart, the voice of your soul, of the spirit, of your breath, God-given breath, that connection that we have with divinity. You discover the voice of divinity. Silence the fear. The fruit of these words, divine fruit, the fruit of these words guides me. I trust the song of my soul. My intuition leads me on the path of light. On the path of light. Yo. I love this shit. Thank you. Thank you so much, Spirit, for this message. Thank you. And thank you for those who are meant to hear it, for those who have come and watched this video. The last card, creation. I have the power to direct my life. Can't make this shit up. Oh my gosh. I have the power to direct my life with a constructive attitude. I create what is best for my soul. For my soul, you don't create what's best for anybody else. You can't give anybody else what they need. You have to first give it to yourself. And by pouring into yourself, creation, by first pouring into yourself, by creating what is best for your soul, you overflow into those whose life you are meant to touch. Self-love creates world love, world peace. I firmly believe I can transform and improve my inner and outer worlds by turning every thought into affirmative action. All those desires that you have in your heart for what you want to see in the world, you have the power to do that. You have the power to transform what you feel inside and putting it on the outside. When you express yourself, honor your energy. I act in the image of God and bring light into my life. And light is the motherfucking that's the goal. That's the goal, that's the path, that's the energy, that's everything. Light is everything. Because even darkness, the color black is all things, all colors into one. Black attracts and absorbs all light. So even in darkness, there is light. It's just expressed differently. And then on the flip side of this deck, the divine fruit. So what you may not see, as I work to improve and free myself, I strengthen my foundation. My intellect is light. My heart is warmth, and my soul is strength. I am nurtured by the divine sun. The fruit I bear reflects my inner light. What did I say about grounding? The fruit you bear reflects your inner light. Right now is cold season. It's hibernation season. It's the season for you to shed your leaves, to pour your energy within, to nourish your foundation double time from the leaves that you drop and from the energy that you pull into yourself. You nourish your foundation. And the fruit that you bear next year, when the sun comes back out, when it's back light, the fruit that you bear reflects your inner light. The greater the fruit, the greater the energy that you pour into yourself. I hope you guys who watch this receive this message well. I trust and I know that those who are meant to receive this message, that it gives you answers and a bit of direction in your life, answers some questions, gives you some hope, some direction, some guidance. This is not my guidance. I'm just a channel. And an open one at that. Because I've been doing the work. Thank you for listening. Thank you for your continued support. Thank you for honoring your energy by watching this video. Just know everything is possible. A new reality is possible. A new existence is possible. A new world, a new earth is possible. A loving earth is possible. Just all you have control over is you. Focus on you, focus on your gifts, focus on what you have control over so that you may overflow into the lives around you. I'm going to stop repeating myself. This is a beautiful reading. This is the first time I did a reading like this. So I'm going to be doing more pullings for both YouTube and Patreon. Make sure you subscribe to both. Patreon will have more in-depth information and all that good stuff. Yes, thank you for being here. Thank you for being you. Continue to be you. Continue to shed your light in finding how you are meant to express your purpose on your journey. I pray, trust, and know that there's light on the other side for everyone, individually and collectively. And I will continue to be living proof to that. Thank you. I love you. Till next time.